Welcome back to the hallway series, and in this video I'm going to be modeling this somewhat fancy end table, and I'll provide this image as well for you to either model against or just use as a reference. And ours may turn out a little bit different than this, but I've got a new file opened up and I've brought in the reference, and I've just stuck my 3D cursor right there. And so we're going to get started on this and see what we come up with. So I'm going to create a plane here, and I'm going to do it sort of from a top down. Let's rotate X 90, and I'm actually going to slide it over here and scale it down just a little bit. And what I'll do is I'll take this edge, drag it up to about there, and I'm going to get rid of that edge, so I just have this. And so let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to pull this in to about the front there, and I'm actually going to pull these up to here. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll take these and I'm going to scale them in a little bit so they're angled, and take the whole thing and scale it, and just do this. Alright, let's try that, and maybe I'll scale these in a little bit. E and SX, I'll come out to about there. And then I'm going to send these back. Now that moved a little bit when I did it, so let's do that again. Do that, and I may take these guys and move them back a little bit so it's not quite so stark. So this is what I have. Let me just merge by distance in case. So I would have that. Alright, so I'm going to get started here. I'm going to grab those two, and I'm going to Shift Control B and pull, roll my mouse up, press C for clamping, and they're going to hit there. In fact, let me do this. Let's take that and hide it so we can see this a little bit better. So I've done that. I want to do that again, actually. And I think I'm going to hide that. Now I'm going to take these and I'm going to Shift Control B, pull, so they I press C so they clamp, and I'm going to roll my mouse up and get it smoother like that. And then I'm going to take, I think I'll take them now and merge by distance. I'll get rid of a couple. I'm going to take these, Shift Control B, pull, clamp is on, roll back a little bit so it's just smooth like that. Okay, select it all, merge by distance, get rid of a couple more. Do these, Shift Control B, and clamping is on. Let's see if I like it. I think I'm going to pull back a little bit and have it like that. We could try that. And let's take these in F to make a face for the back part, and let's round these, but not quite as much. Okay, let's see, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll try to get 5 in there. Just round it nicely like that. Maybe that's the shape we're going to go with. F to make a face. Okay, so we got that, and actually let's make sure. Okay, let's bring back that diagram so you see we get this shape. That's okay. Okay, with that done, let's rotate X 90. And which way did that go? That's backwards. So let's rotate X 180 now, actually. And do it that way. Now I'm going to take this and bring it over here. And then kind of scale that in a little bit. And that's what we've got. Okay. Okay, at that point, I think I'm going to take this and extrude it down. And we're going to come up with that. Okay, so we're going to take the top and the bottom, and let's bevel this. Control B. I can probably get away with 3 because I am going to add a subdivision on this. I'm going to take the top and the bottom, and I'm going to press E and scale in the Z. Pull it up a little bit like that, and bevel again with 3. So I'll have this. And I think I have one more. And let's see where we want to do this. Here, before I do that, let's put on Control 1. Try not to fall in love with Control 2. Alright, so this is the overall shape. I think what I'll do is, let's try bringing in, another, and split it. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm going to split it and come up pretty high, and maybe scale in the Z even a bit more. A really small gap, and then Shift Control those faces and Shift Control those faces, and let's try E and Alt S and pull. Not too much though, just like that. Okay, you can make it bigger if you wanted, but I'll probably stick with that, and just decide if I want to bring an edge loop up, not right to the edge, just to sharpen it a bit. I mean, it is a piece of wood. Alright, so that's going to be like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that for the lower part down here. And let's go into wireframe and then just decide if I just want to overall scale it. I don't think I do. I think I would prefer to pull this down and box select all of this and pull it up, and then maintain those grooves. Let's see what that looks like versus squishing it for that piece. I think we're okay. Mind you, I might squish it just a little bit. It's a little bit thinner. Okay, so we have that so far. Let's take that and just move it further back. Okay, now we'll make the drawer. And to do that, press 3 for face selection. Look from the front in, I guess, wireframe. And I may have a slightly different, oh, that's not what I want, different amount of faces here. Actually, what I need to do is figure out where is my absolute front. Where is it? It's right where that cursor is there. So one on that side, one on that side. Okay, so let's just go equidistant out. Yeah, okay, then we get to the little one. And I want to go further than that. Let's turn that off for the moment. There we go. That one, that one, that one, that one. How far out do I want to go? I could try that and see what it looks like as a drawer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just duplicate it and pull it out and break it out. I'm going to put the subdivision back on there, and I'm going to put it back on here as well. And I'm going to drag, not there, but an edge loop down here to sort of straighten that end up. Alright, we could try this. I think I'll scale it in the Z. I could be looking, but we may be off a little bit. It didn't come out quite as much, but I think that's okay. Come out as much as you want. I'm going to press E and Alt S and pull, so it comes back. Give it some thickness. I can push that in. I'm going to get rid of those faces though. X faces. And I'm going to bring an edge loop up. And I'm going to bring an edge loop down. I'll take the whole thing and slide it back so it just sits kind of like that. Let's take everything though and Alt and recalculate outside just in case. So how does that look? That probably looks okay. I'm going to change the size of this, but I'm going to just bring an edge loop out towards the front to sharpen that up, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger like that. Put a nice big drawer in there. Alright, the next thing is this piece here, and let's see what we can do about that. So I got this, let's and and I want to see how flat that is. I could try it with this piece. Let's try it. Shift D to duplicate, pull those out, P to break it out, get the subdivision on still. And basically what I would want to do, well, let's actually get the approximate size first of all. I'm going to scale that in the Z. Okay, let's try it like this. Scale in the Z. Like that. Scale in the X. Like that. Take these ones here. Scale in the Z. Actually. Let's bring that out just to make it a bit. I mean, you could mirror this and get it exact, but okay. So what I need to do, I think, is put edge loops in here. Take these and these, so I can pinch this now. But now that I have that one, I may have some trouble. I may not have wanted that in there yet. So let's do this. I'm coming back actually, and I'm going to dissolve those edges. So I can just take this one and this one, and I'm going to, let's see, is this where I want to pinch it? Let's look in wireframe. Let's try that. Let's scale this in the Z just a little bit. It just, you know, just to get a little bit more of that kind of shape. All right. I'm going to put Control 2 on it instead of Control 1. All right, let's E and Alt S. Pull back, get rid of that those back faces, and we'll drop an edge loop there. Let's take this whole thing now and pull it back, and it's in the right position. Yeah. I could grab all of these and all of these and pull them back a little bit more. So I have a similar thickness extruding or projecting out from the front. I am going to apply that. Okay, with that done, I'm going to actually come back around and I'm going to dissolve those edges, and I'm going to select all of those edges there. Press E, Alt S, and pull to bring it out a little bit. So I have this effect. And now I'm going to select this edge, Control B, and pull, and I want 3 in there. And it's a little hard to see, but I'm going to bring an edge loop in here was that it? I think what I'll do now is I'll select all of these that are ever so slightly raised, and I'll raise them a little bit more, and then we'll drop an edge loop in there. Yeah, this part's a little bit more finicky than what I would have liked to show you, but nevertheless we will get something that hopefully looks all right. Let's get all the way down in here now. Do I have too many? That one there. Okay, let's just pull that out a little bit and then drop an edge loop in here to sharpen that up. See what's okay. We're getting there. We might be able to do with one more. Oh. Let's see. I think instead of that one, I'll come back in. Let's get rid of that one. And I think I'll grab that whole part there and bevel it with 3. Drop one more edge loop down there. It just defines it a little bit more. Okay, I might do one more Control 1 on that. Quite a lot of stuff going on, but just to make it look like that. Okay, so now I'm going to, let's see, let's just select the whole thing and bring my 3D cursor there in case it was off a little bit. I'm going to bring in a UV sphere, and I will do 8 by 8. And scale it down. I'm going to rotate X 90 and just have a look at this approximate size. That's about it. That's good. I'm going to build this. Do I want to build it backwards? I don't know if I need to. Nah, I don't need to. I'm going to grab this one, Control plus X vertices. Take this. I'm going to, actually before I do that, I'm going to scale this in the Y, flatten it out so it's a knob like that. I'm going to come in like that, and then I'm going to extrude back. Take this whole thing, push it in, and I'll do Control 1 on that. So that will be there. We'll drag an edge loop up here though. Okay, so that's got a Control 1 and that's got a Control 1. I'm going to go ahead and join those and make sure that it's calculated and make sure it merged by distance case. And my 3D cursor is right there, so I'm going to bring in some bolts, circles, just use 16 or 18 is fine. F to make a face, rotate X 90, pull it over, scale it, and let's have a look at this and scale it down somewhere around there. Extrude back, delete that back face, and bevel that. Okay, make sure we recalculate outside, shade smooth, and then we'll bring this in, and then we'll adjust from the top. I'm going to rotate and just position it. I might make it a bit smaller. Okay, 3D cursor's right there, so I'm going to mirror that to the other side. Yep, I'm going to apply the mirror and I'm going to join that like that. Now this has a Control 1 on it. This has a Control 1. I'm going to join those. And this has a Control 1. And is there anything else to do on this? I don't think so. So I think I'm going to join those together. Alright, so far so good. And then for the legs, just do anything you want. I don't know that I'm going to do this exact design, but I'm going to bring in, well, you could use a cylinder, but it's easier for me just to use a circle. I'm going to start with a circle, and 16 is probably just fine. And bring this down and come to around my most narrow spot, something like this. Okay, let's tuck that under there, or I don't know where exactly it is, probably out in front. Pull that down. Okay, I'll just bring it in so we get a sense of what it's going to be like in situ. All right, I'm going to bring in an edge loop up to here, scale it out, and bring an edge loop there, down to there, that kind of thing. I could do this in wireframe, but again, like I said, I'm not trying to make it exactly the same. And I'm going to bring that up to there. All right, so we got that. Let's just take this and I'll actually bevel it, and then even scale it, and then just do whatever designs you want to do. All right, let's have a look at this. Just as a thought. So something like that. Okay, let's go in and recalculate, merge by distance, and let's turn on the shadow and have a look at this in one of these sculpting mat caps. I'm going to try it in this red. See the smoothness. Okay, that's fine. And finally we'll come to this one. All right, so that is the end table that is going to go into the scene. So I'll put that in and we'll carry on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.